Okay, salute, salute, salute. Peace and power, peace and power, peace and power. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know how, man, it get rough around these spaces. It get rough around these spaces and around this time. But we here. I'm here. You here. I'm glad y'all here. Let's get it popping. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Peace and power to the people of the struggle. As you come on in, know that this is a safe space. Know that this is a space for learning and getting learned up. Know that this is the space for educating and being educated. Know that this is a space for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Know that this is your space, a space of integrity, a space of intelligence. Okay, a space of power. Queen comrades, masters, this is a space for justice, a space for now, truth, and or square. A space where we are working on a united path towards what? True liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please keep all contact information in the chat for the duration and throughout the class. Please keep all funding information. Hashtags, green screens, apps with cash, pals that pay, unions of the Western, grams with money. God damn it, red cups, blue cups, squeegee man cups. Damn it, the pastor's chalice. Damn it, the pastor's collection plate. The damn Hummer Fund. Yeah, the Santa Jingle Bells that's out in Macy's, the red buckets. Damn it, you know what it is. It's a war going on outside. Fund the war effort. If you or anybody you know is in need of anger management, please book an assessment. Don't wait until it's too late. Don't wait until you're cuffed up on the side of the highway in the interstates. Don't wait until you're going through central booking. Don't wait until you're getting fired. Your services are no longer needed. It's too late. Book an assessment. Get an anger management plan and strategies in place. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, hey, book an assessment. Stop sending each other outside with wrists and arms and slings, band-aids and things, stakes over your eye, busted lips and scratches. Stop embarrassing the kids, okay? Stop having that itchy finger cousin who just came home nervous. Stop being the local talk at the local precinct. Get yourselves together. Keep your hands off each other. Okay? If you or anybody you know is in need of an intimate relationship abuse consultation and counseling, book an assessment. Learn the warning signs of behaviors that should alarm you. Characters and characteristics that should heighten your awareness levels. Events, past traumas, peoples, conversations, places, situations that should have your alertness levels on 1,000. Remember, with this information, the life that you save could be your own. What's going on? What it do? How y'all? Yeah. One more day. People is losing their mind tonight in the rain, driving all crazy and hectic. Stores was a little bit crowded. I guess they loosened up and gave y'all some of them stamps. Yeah, we all need a little bit of stamps. You understand what I'm saying? All except those elders who I was able to take care of because of a little substantial war fund effort from our secret donor. We was able to feed 4 elders. So they're going to come in this week with a nice little meal that's going to last them. I seen you, Saint. Much appreciation for funding the war effort. Okay? Yes. But we got some black women to tag tonight. Tag the black women. Tag them. This isn't a woman's up, though it could be a special woman's up class, but no. Just tag a black woman if you're next to her. If you got her, tell her I'm on. Share it on your social media. Get your screen recordings, your screenshots. Damn it, it's black women. We tagging them. Get them in here. Somebody tag Mama Jones. Mama Jones, come to class. Bring your ass to class, Mama Jones. And the millions of Mama Jones out there with y'all. Yeah, we're going to get some very, very good constructive work in tonight. Yeah. We're going to talk about the matures, them cougars, y'all. Come to class. Bring y'all ass to class. Yeah. Come on in, damn it. And bring these young men, too, because a lot of them need some schooling. So bring them into class. Yeah, we're going to mac it out tonight, damn it. Let's see. Morehouse University. Y'all got a young man who was light with his hands. Bring his ass to class. Clark University in Atlanta. Y'all come to class. Operation SNUG. Man, I'm disheartened. But it was going on since I started the program. Bring y'all ass to class, Operation SNUG. May, I see you, May. May? All right, now, May, much appreciation for the war effort, May. You know what you better do, May. Okay, let's get the Operation SNUG. Yup, bring y'all ass to class. What is this man name? I never heard of him. But we gotta bring him to class. Somebody tag him. Tag Plaqueboymax. Bring him to class. And bring this old Egyptian model or whatever her damn title is. What was Hill? Yeah. What's her name? Kenya or whatever. Bring her ass to class. Yeah, she acting like Trump. Bring her to class. Come on. Bring your ass to class. And while you're at it, excuse me. While y'all at it, who else is in class? Andre Jones. Much appreciation for the war effort. Let's go. Let's see who's in class, damn it. Let's see who's in class. It's already 11:20. Who's that first in class? Cool KK. God damn it. Ooh, boy, he coming to class early. Lovely lady, what's up? Hard Tunes TV, that's 1, 2, 3. Y'all in y'all seats early. Ooh, Philly's already in the building early. What up, see? Yeah, we see you. Who that? Dust Fro, what up? A Wood, Detroit, what up? Huh? Big Red Shaolin, what up? Philip Boone, what up? I see you. God damn it, I see you. Ooh-wee. Dre made it to class. Goddamn Marguerite McDonald. Music. What up? E. Blandon, what up? What's good? Mark Milliner, what up? Oh, shit. Who else? Who's that? You know what? Okay, what up? What up? Peace and power. What's going on? No, man, what up? Charles, what up? Who else is up in there? Oh, the youngin'. Tierra, what up? oh, hey, Ghost is in the spotty spot. God damn it, boy, we gonna get it in tonight. Who that? Mike Nice. God damn. Man, listen, y'all messing with the chat, man. Let me get the attendance in here, damn it. Let me see. Come on, now, damn, y'all moving at a quick pace. Hold on, damn it, hold on. Where we at? Man, y'all done moved. Okay, Mike Nice. Uh-huh. Big Colorado, what up? What's going on? Okay, Terrain, what up? Terrain, what up? Goddamn well, who is that? Eric Carlos, the Riverwalk, Santa Tone, what up? Oh, shit. Bernie, what up, Bernie? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Indiana, oh, that's India. Goddamn, India's in the building. What's going on? Peace and curry to you. Yeah, we see you. Who else? Who else? My brother in there. What's that? He up in his spotty spot. Yeah, we see you. 100. What up? GB, what up? Oh, shit, C-Pod, what up? We see y'all. Got this. C-Blaze, my sniper. Frankie Vince, what up, Frank? East New York is in the building. Versace Broccoli in the building. Goddamn, what up, Chung? Oh, shit. Yeah, y'all coming for this class tonight, huh? Yeah, y'all must be off. Mary Douglas, what up? Y'all must be off, goddamn. CC, 55. CC coming all up in here like that. Neef Buck, what up? Strictly Game, what up? Mr. Strictly Game, what up? LA in the building, LA. Yeah. Yeah, boy, y'all don't want no 55. Y'all up in here tonight. I see you, god diggity dog, and I see you. Who that? Who that? What up, Hoffa? What up? Oh, y'all up in here. Marcus Haynes. Oh, god damn it, boy. The roof about to cave in on y'all tonight, damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Who else is that? Ooh, we DC in the building. What up, East? We see you. Who else is up in? Don't go. God. Oh, y'all up in both. Oh, y'all up in here tonight, damn it. 55 gang is up in here. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it. First and foremost, this aim is very, very close to me. And I'm gonna start it with this so we could get to moving. All right. Now, y'all who have been following me for man, let me say the better part of let's see. Let me say 8 years. Let me say 8 years. Okay? Waterbury, what up, Jay? What up? Let me say that. I don't know Diallo. I wish I was introduced to him. We have some very similar philosophies. I don't know Diallo. I have watched him. Yeah, I think we would have a very, very interesting build. So, y'all do y'all thing. Anyway, if you've been following me for the better part of 8 or more years, you know that my introduction to ever going live, especially on social media, was always in reference to my anti-gun violence work. That is where anybody saw me initially, right? My whole entire live streams on Facebook and initially on Instagram was always about anti-gun violence work. So then you would be aware that I was part of the initial team to get the very first government funding for Operation Ceasefire in New York State. State funding, right? We weren't the first. The first organization to receive money was SOS Crown Heights, and that's because they got federal funding. uh, the federal funding came with certain attachments that my organizational director was not going to ever allow, being that he is a formerly incarcerated person. He is from East New York, and he definitely is also guard body, knowledge of self, wasn't going to accept the federal funding because in the proposal for the federal funding, when you submit the paperwork, you had to allow some type of agent, right, to receive the information that you was collecting from the street as an organization. So we didn't get the very first funding from feds, but from the state, we was the first nonprofit to get that funding, and as such, we were off and running, right? So the program came up out of Chicago, as I've said before, with Tio Hardman, Frank, Kobe, Marcus, Sister Mina, man, beautiful program on paper, beautifully worked program, some real solid people who trained us, and we stuck to the program format and performed it well. Excellent program. When you stick to it, you can definitely be effective in the community with curbing unnecessary gun violence by getting to these high-risk individuals who you know is out there clapping up the community. Excellent, excellent program through the years, and because of the infiltration of politics, liberals, and the such, the program was hijacked, it was tweaked, and it just got watered down to what you have now. It went through several name changes and several changes in how to apply the program in the community. So it went from Operation Ceasefire to Operation SNUG to SNUG to Cure Violence, and now they got it all up under this crisis management systems, and it's just not what it once was. It's not. Okay? And in the course of that, I broke out more than once. I won't have my integrity compromised. I don't deal with law enforcement. No, that ain't happening. As a community, we can effectively prevent gun violence, prevent domestic violence, heal, and become very productive. Is it work? Yes. Does it take committed individuals? Yes. Is it difficult as hell? Yes, but it can be done. And there's excellent examples of many programs nationwide by small grassroots individuals doing their thing, right? You still see, groups in Chicago, you see groups in LA, you see groups in Oakland doing enormous work and making strides and really, really servicing our people in all different types of needs, right? You got Detroit, solid men out there putting in work. New Era, Be More, DC, you have men putting that work in. And we're doing it. outside of politics, outside of getting funding, outside of the OFE, men, women, doing what need to be done. Now, in saying that, I've seen a lot. Oh, I've seen a lot. Oh, let me not forget, because anytime I speak about this work, I have to speak about Philly. I have to speak about my comrade Samard Starks. If you out in Philly, you know Samard Starks, who puts in all type of work, dolo, minimal resources, minimal budget, and does, the most magnificent things with the youth, with adults. Listen, I don't ever want y'all to believe that as a group that we don't have people who you can look to and say, yo, that's it right there. That's why I tell you, the war efforts that I get is minimal, and I make magic happen. So if it's a minimal piece that any of you are able to send, and some send consistently, you are part of that magic. Now, you may not see it. You may not be able to witness it all the time, unless I'm doing something grand. But trust and believe. Don't ever think that you're not responsible for somebody eating, for somebody having something warm on their back, or more importantly, for somebody getting an anger management session, a DV session. Y'all don't know, because again, I follow Vegas rules. I don't say shit. Everything that me and my clients do. My family don't even know the work, the extensive work that's being done. You understand? But y'all don't see it. I've done talked people off the ledge numerous times and able to do so because of you. Because of you. So I don't ever want people to sit in a space and say, damn, man, wish I could do more. You make magic happen. You make the magic happen. Trust and believe that. You understand? And because you're coming through, because you're sharing vids, because you're creating a space, because you're talking, because you watch, you sit in class and then you go out and debate with others. Well, shit, nah. Bliz said this, Bliz said, and then you're like, who the fuck is Bliz? Who's that? And you using this class, right, as a resource to make your points. Trust, all that is energy. All that moves and moves and moves. You dig? So when I seen this case here, of course, and as always, it's sent to me by one of you, I was not triggered, but I was taken aback, because they made this particular case, and it seemed like they was trying to make a jab at this current governor. But this type of activity has been going on since we first got our initial budget from, who was the governor at that time? Okay, my daughter is, so that was 2010. I don't know, one of them wasn't split. So it was it Cuomo that released that bread? I believe so. Might have been. That was 2010. And from that point, when you given formerly incarcerated people access to a budget of $500,000, man, shit get real shaky real quickly. All right? So here goes a case out of Syracuse. Now, Syracuse is one of the sites that I'm sure we still train. Most of them still come to the city to get the training in order for a grassroots or nonprofit or CBO to, bring the people in their community this program. So Syracuse, I didn't train them. I had left by then. But, I was there when we trained Philly, North Carolina, B-More. So I remember when Syracuse and Troy and Albany and all those counties out there was getting money, starting it up. So this shit here, let's get to the notes, y'all. Let's get to the notes. Syracuse, New York. A Syracuse anti-violence worker was sentenced to prison Tuesday for selling DRUGSs near the community center where he mentored kids. Okay? Where he mentored kids. Merkler, what up? Kasim Pitts. Now they call, I heard the news lady, she said, Cassium. This say Kasim, damn it. Just because it's a C, we know what his damn parents was spelling out. Cassium. That's Kasim. Ain't no Cassium, a palm-colored woman on the news. That's Kasim Pitts. 28. Now, this is a youngin', 28 years old. Okay? 28 years old, previously pleaded guilty to 22 counts, including second-degree criminal sale of a controlled substance and official misconduct. Okay? Official misconduct. Okay? The judge had offered Pitts a lesser sentence than prosecutors were seeking, but he was required to plead guilty to the entire indictment. Now, he's not alone. He ain't alone. Not by a long shot. Okay? Now, check out what the judge says, and then we're going to get into what happened. The judge said he was swayed by the outpouring of support from the community on Pitts' behalf. A lot of people went to bat for you, said this judge. Then the judge sentenced him to 9 years in prison, which means, man, if ain't nobody stand up for him, if ain't nobody come through, shit, he might have got a 15 cakey. Yeah, because if they spoke up for you and your ass still got 9 years, boy, they's getting ready to load your ass up. Now, Mr. Pitts and Ahmed Abdi admitted to selling DRUGSs while working as employees of Syracuse Cure Violence, also known as SNUG, on multiple occasions. These dudes were slinging, getting government money, and then slinging in the community at the center. God damn it. They sold cocaine and methamphetamines near the Southwest Community Center on South Ave. As well as near a SNUG office on North Midler Avenue. No, wait, listen now. Wait a minute. The Syracuse SNUG branch has received $1.8 million in funding from the state. Okay? The city of Syracuse provided an extra $84,600, okay, from the U.S. Department of Justice to the SNUG to expand the outreach of the City Safer Streets program on the north side. Okay, Pitts and Abdi, were not involved with that particular project. But see how they do that? Now that project could get funding cut or could be heavily watched and monitored. Listen, Abdi is scheduled to be sentenced, and he was sentenced today. He got 6 years, okay? But he also got a separate gun charge. Check this out. Pitts was on probation for attempted second-degree criminal possession of a weapon at the time of his arrest. So, came home, might have caught a charge, and was on probation, and got that money and was still working in the program on probation, and started slanging and danging and getting to it. Okay, check it out now. He was sentenced today as a second felony offender. Before his sentencing, Pitts thanked the judge for letting him spend time with his family, including his children, before he began his prison time. So now this is a family man, okay, who got a shot to work in the community, more than likely where he resided, and you still couldn't do right. So now let me get this straight. You took government money, slanging and banging in front of the community center, right? So for all they know, that paycheck that you got, 2 weeks, went to the damn dealer. You went to the connect with government money. So you was working for the feds. You was actually working for the government to destroy your community. That's why they was getting ready to load your ass up. Now, we all know that the government sells DRUGSs anyway. You working for them anyway, whether you're getting it from El Chapo or you getting it from Noriega or whoever. You working for the feds. Ain't no way in hell DRUGSs get in here without them. Okay, so these two was so off point that they caught them making sales on camera in uniform while they were on duty, slinging to the undercover. Got them together in the whip that I'm sure one of them was able to purchase, okay, off of that salary that they, because I know I was in that. I know how that shit moved. Them checks is coming. You in the hood. You ain't gotta pay for lunch. You ain't gotta pay for gas. You just in the hood working. Getting to it. Yeah, I seen people come up off that SNUG money. Shit, I seen some kids that, let's see. My daughter's 20. Shit, I done seen some SNUG money put people through college. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I seen people living real good off of that since that budget first hit. Some of them still down. Yeah, I've seen quite a few directors open 2 and 3 sites. Yeah. Yeah. But they got your hands in your pocket. And they damn sure can squeeze you for some information. It's a very thin line, okay? Very thin line between community work and snitching. It's a thin line. Especially when you get in that government paper. All right? And I see in the comments, some of y'all say, man, they's a fool. Man, they stupid. They done. Hold on. See, y'all just don't know about, and I don't tell about many cases. Shit. The first year we got that bread, they had to shut the Harlem site down. What he say in the Rage in Harlem? What he said? You better back up, fruitcake. We'll shut this motherfucker down. What? I love that goddamn movie, boy. I love that movie. Rage in Harlem? That was my shit. We'll shut this motherfucker down. Yeah, boy. That shit tickled me. Yeah, they had to shut the Harlem site down. These dudes had a krill spot in the damn site. And was knocking down the young teen girls. They was wilding. Shut my man in the site down. My man went back to jail and all that. Yeah, man. Good dude, too. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, a lot of people were doing a lot of things with that change. Okay? Shit. But these two, man, I don't know what they was thinking about. Yeah, they were slinging krills in Harlem. Yeah, that Harlem site, that first Operation SNUG in Harlem, man, they was wilding. They had 2 sites in Harlem. They had a spot. I said, yo, Harlem gonna find a way. They gonna always find a way to act crazy. Shit, I know an elementary school in Harlem where the PTA chick, she set up shop in one of the side rooms of the school. She was doing hair, nails, and all that shit in the damn city elementary school. Using city water, using city electricity. She in there doing hair. Principal got fired. Get your ass out of here. What are you doing? She got fun. She collecting bread and all that. Yeah, Harlem is, man. Boy, Harlem is something else. Harlem is something else. Shit. Y'all don't know? But yeah, these 2 dudes was caught on camera making sales. So that means somebody lined them up. But see, they're making an attempt, the way they have it in the news today, as if it's something that, because now, since Governor Hochul is there, they keep reallocating these funds. So it seems to me like they blowing this shit up because nobody would have had to know about this. They're blowing it up because now that this dude is mayor, okay, and they shifting a lot of shit around, Eric Adams is out of there. They're going to attempt, and watch when I tell y'all, to take all of the bread up out of it. Okay? Trust. They're going to tweak this shit again. They're going to pull all that out and make an attempt to do something new with it. And if you're not, if it requires you to work more closely with law enforcement and the palm-colored people, you're going to have an issue with it, so you're going to bounce. Or they probably, now this is just something that I'm foreseeing that is going to have to do with you getting probably some type of new ID or some type of electronic payments or something, or you won't be able to work. Shit gonna get real weird. It's gonna get real weird, you know. But I hate to be them, man. This ain't no time to be going to do no 9 years and shit. But this is just the mentality of our people still to this day. Still trying to take shortcuts, still trying to hustle and bustle. However, and this is the big however, I do know a lot of those program directors be playing funny games with that money. Laying their staff off for a month, you know, trying to finger F the budget and all that shit. Because it's not real bread. Okay, it's not, they don't give you 500,000 in cash to do what you want to. No, all of it is paper. So it's only certain ways you can skim off the top. Everything is receipts. They get audited once a month. It's a lot with that nonprofit shit. It's a whole lot. But they find ways to do it. And they do it. But boy, when your ass get back, ooh-wee. See? So I don't know if as workers they was going through a little dry spell or whatever, but all that slinging and banging, that don't look good. And it don't look good for the governor or for anybody else to keep pouring into a program or programs that don't get results or don't get the results others are looking for them to get, and to have dudes going through, because they're not the only ones. Man, listen. Remember, you're hiring formerly incarcerated people. So, man, quite a few dudes I know went back to jail and court bids while in uniform and all that. Is a little wild, okay? Ah, yes. So now, while I'm talking about the work, I might as well get right to it, right? So again, when I remove myself from the nonprofit sector, well, from that part, other people call, right? Because they know you, they see your work. You start to go to these meetings in City Hall and the state office building in Albany. You mixing and moving around. You become known as somebody who doesn't bullshit. So you meet other people who are committed. And from there, I met a sister who at the time claimed that she had her own nonprofit. She was starting it and she wanted me to come through and work with her. It wasn't anti-gun violence, but okay, the sister was cool. I thought this was her joint, so I was going to help her blow it up. Long story short, I get in there. It ain't hers at all. She's just been made director of a program within a larger nonprofit. And that's when I started doing the fatherhood program, anger management, domestic violence. And it was very rewarding because I was able to meet a lot of men at a very turbulent time in their lives. Many of them were going through it. And because they came to get the services, their lives improved immensely, right? There's nothing like a father who is a presence in the family and with his children. There's nothing like him being removed from that. Nothing like, and I'm talking about any of them. I'm talking about some of the dudes were still in the street. Some of them were still banging. Some of them just came home. And women and the systems were being weaponized against them. So you get tripped up into a little bullshit. and it just spirals, right? You have the whole world who are mandated reporters and all that. You could be arguing with your girl in Target. Somebody, you know, if this kids is right there, somebody call and report that. That's an ACS charge. Quick, fast. It's just that simple. Okay? Sean, much appreciation for the war. It's just that simple. And then the ball starts rolling. Next thing you know, you getting taken out of the house. You got to get visitation and all this other weird shit. You got to take the program. It get crazy. It gets crazy. So I was able to do that. And that's why this next case here, this next aim for class, man, I saw it. I was like, whoa, and because of how social media moves, we're in a very bad space right now when it comes to how we relate to each other, how our women relate to us, how we relate to them, the expectations, right? It's out of control. I can literally shift gears. I mean, literally shift gears and make that a focus of the class damn near permanently because DV is out of control. Right? Much appreciation. Last night was lit. Much appreciation. We trying to keep every night lit. So when I seen this video coming out of Clark, Atlanta, I was like, oh, hold on. What is going on? This crazy. And it's only crazy because we're able to see it in real time because this shit is going on right now. Somebody's daughter is getting slapped around right now as we speak. Somewhere. Right now, somewhere, somebody's son is getting slapped around or hot water thrown on or any type of other abuse. Right now, it's a man somewhere going through it. Right now, as we speak, at midnight. Okay? So, this work right now is more important than almost anything else. Because once we get into the gut of DV and how we deal with each other, everything else comes into play because we have to unite as men and women before we could even go and take on the monster. Before we can even get to the palm colors, because we cannot do it separate. I'm telling you, I don't care how many times y'all come to class. I don't care how much you hear from me in the jewels. If I don't bridge that divisive gap, we not moving nowhere. We done. Without the black women, you have no Black Panthers. Without the women, you have no BLA. You have to have your women on your hip. That's it. They have to be committed to you and the struggle, or you going to lose. And we losing right now. You got way too many women in the goddamn Christian church. Way too many women running around in J-dubs. Way too many women talking about they don't need your black ass. Way too many women doing a whole bunch of other shit. So you not doing anything significant as far because any other group that is fighting for their sovereignty, they're fighting their oppressors, any other group, they together in that. They together now. I don't care if it's Ukraine. I don't care if it's Palestine. I don't care if it's... The women are with their men. Unquestionably. You come to this shit over here, that ain't so. It's not. That's why you forever moving around going in circles. Okay? So when I seen the video, I was like, damn, these are some young people. And it's happening on a regular basis. You see them as young as middle school, already in their peer groups and peer settings. DV is out of control. Out of control. With no filter. None. Young boys jumping up quick. Light with their hands hitting on little girls. Little girls in defense of themselves have to be just as aggressive. Okay? So that has to be corrected. Has to be. Has to be. And the only way it's going to get corrected is if you get the Ofe up out of here. You got to get him up out of here. Because that's how you've been taught to deal with each other. Y'all been using him and his beastly ass bitch as an example. They set the standard. They set the white picket fence standard. They set the standard for how you even see. I've never seen this many black people with dogs before. Ever in my entire life. That's old face shit. All of the values and the morals and everything y'all got from them. Even how y'all treat each other. Even how y'all treat each other. Y'all could go back and look at any old time fables from Chinua Achebe, any of that. You don't see no DV in it. We didn't rock like that. That's a learned behavior. That's an adopted behavior. Y'all got that shit from them. So here go the notes. We're going to get to it and we're going to break it down. Okay, a Morehouse College student has been arrested and charged with aggravated assault and making terroristic threats after a viral video showed him choking a Clark Atlanta University student outside an off-campus apartment complex, sparking outrage across Atlanta's HBCU community. Now, if you've been to an HBCU, you know that this shit is nothing new. At all. At all. Domestic violence on college campuses has been going on. This is usually where our young people first experience DV outside of the home, outside of maybe witnessing their parents go through it, but themselves initially on college campus. So this is nothing new, but it's very shocking when you see it, right? Everything is shock value. We see everything now, right? According to the Atlanta Police Department, officers was called on November 20th, just after 6:30 p.m., about a physical dispute. Police said the reporting party told officers that while she was riding on a Georgia State University school bus, an unidentified male stepped on her foot, causing pain, and walked away. When she confronted him, police said the suspect's girlfriend intervened and pushed her. According to the APD, the male suspect then joined the assault before several witnesses broke it up. Police later identified the man as 21-year-old Matthew Gonzalez Forrestine. He was transported to the Fulton County Jail for processing and booked under the name Matthew Dave Gonzalez Forrestine. Okay? This is crazy. Right? Now, a lot could have went wrong in that space and time. That both parties Both parties could have done much differently. Let's go again. As she prepared to get off the shuttle bus, Bryant says that the man later identified as Gonzalez stepped on her foot. He steps on me and I say, "Excuse me, can you apologize?" And he didn't say anything. As I'm walking off the shuttle, his girlfriend is standing there. Brian says the girlfriend confronted her, asking, "Is there a problem?" Words were exchanged, and Brian says the girlfriend put her hands in her face before turning to her boyfriend and saying, "You got it, bae." Moments later, Brian says the Morehouse student placed her in a chokehold. Now, there is an undercurrent where, and this is just not with young people, this is with older people, this is not just with women, this is with men as well. There's a undercurrent, a whisper of, I guess people believe standing up for themselves, I guess not being punked. And coming from somebody who is far from a punk, understand the level of violence that I have exercised in the streets, behind prison walls, would make many of you throw up. I mean, literally would make you would give up everything that you just ate if you would even get a glimpse of it. I'm serious. Serious. And I did it with a smile. No hands. Okay. All right. I did it with a smile. And in 2025, 2026, shit, I allow a lot of punk shit to go. I just do. I just do, because there's always unforeseen circumstances. And if there's not, as I teach my anger management clients, if there isn't a split 1 to 3 second decision over life or death, shit isn't worth it. It's just not. Why? Because none of us have a monopoly on violence. I said it before, I'm going to always say it. We don't have a monopoly on violence. The minute you make the decision to dish it out, trust and believe you better be ready to get it back. Okay? Now, what is confusing to many is that everybody's language isn't the same. Okay? So some people's mere statement could be viewed, right, as an attack to another individual who might not be right up here, who may have gone through something and you triggered them. So I get what this young woman is saying. He stepped on my foot and I asked, and he didn't say sorry, he didn't apologize. So I asked him, and you got choked out for it. It could have went left, real left. You could have had one of them who, man, maybe his cousin been calling him pussy for the last 2 weeks, saying you ain't about that action, college campus boy. And now he wants to prove to his cousin he's somebody. And could have blew shorty head clean off. You understand? We have to be in a space where we think now. And again, it's not about being no sucker. It's not about being no punk. It's not about, I'm just not going to let just anybody do anything to me at any given time. It's about knowing and understanding where you at. As we see and heard, the troubling piece for me is that another black woman, another young black girl, was implicit in allowing her boyfriend to handle his business. That's the sickness I'm talking about with these young people, especially the young men. And I see it every day more and more. This ultra aggressiveness when it comes to women. And people making an attempt to, figure out what's going on. I told y'all before, black men don't see themselves in the world. They're not valued in the world. And when you're not valued in a space where people say everyone is valued, you get frustrated. And if you don't know how to articulate that frustration, or you don't have a nurturing space, you're a ticking time bomb. So now she told me, you didn't say you didn't do this. And he got the choking on her. And when he choked on her, when I'm looking, I had to stop the video, take a screenshot, and open it up. The way he had her in a space to where he was choking her out. He had her in some dope fiend move where he had a forearm up against her throat. And this is a small frame woman. And he's choking her out and tossing her about. And was very animated when she was saying she was calling the police. He turned into some street urchin. Call 12, call 12. And again, adopting language that doesn't meet the setting. You're a college dude, right? Supposedly. Morehouse man. And we'll get to that. You more on. Come on, man. The way he was acting is like he was a pimp, a sneaker pimp. On Sheffield Avenue, choking out some hoe. Ultra aggressive, very violent, and wouldn't stop. Let's continue with the young woman. He picks me up off the ground and starts strangling me. I couldn't breathe, and I was kicking off the walls to gain balance. She says he was telling me he was going to unalive me. Bystanders recorded the incident, and the clip quickly spread. By Sunday, Brian's video had been viewed more than 2 million times and shared more than 42,000 times. Okay, young man, you just blew your college education. You just blew getting any type of job with any type of black company. You're going to have to go work for O-Phase or the police. Yeah. Unforeseen consequences. You put your hands on her, choked her out, threatened her. Now, if there's more to it, if she actually said more and we don't know, it still doesn't excuse the fact that you handled a situation that didn't have to go like that. That's true, see, Blaze. Everyone on those campuses aren't there to learn. That's true. There's a lot that goes on college campuses. However, one would want to believe that your daughters are safe in that environment if they're on their P's and Q's, if they're not drinking and drugging, if they're not partying, if they are, doing what needs to be done. We would think that a college campus, right, a HBCU, we would want to hope that your daughters are safe. But as we found out over the past 5-6 years, it's not the case. And because it's not the case, that divide between us get greater and greater. Every time we see like homie uptown, unalive, but who they calling his ex, right? It's like, again, I have to always repeat, we don't have monopoly on violence. We don't. Sometimes that statement can be withheld. Sometimes, listen, I done been stepped on, I done been pushed. I've been pushed in a space where I'm by myself in this mad room, in this supermarket or in the laundry. Like, you can clearly go that way and then still push through you and no excuse me, no nothing. And I mean, man, listen, whatever you want to term it, thug, gangster, hard rock, the hardest. And I just look like, damn, I get more middle fingers in traffic than the average. Hit me, hit. Ice grill and all. Come on, man. It ain't worth it. It's not. Let them go. Let somebody else deal. Let somebody else have that energy. We have different missions. We have different tasks. You understand? And part of that task is getting our youth back, getting our men back into a space where they reserve themselves and have some patience when it comes to dealing with our community. We are the leaders in our communities, just like we are the leaders in our home. If the only way you expect them to recognize you as such is if you flying off violently, punching women in the head, allowing our kids to be clapped and gunned down in the street, then you're going to have a space where you're not trusted, where you're going to be a leader of nothing, or you're going to be a leader in the big yard, back behind the walls. You understand what I'm saying? You have to communicate better. That is the growth. That is the high science of what a man and what a God is. You have to articulate yourself better. And when the women see you move like that, they're going to have to, because that is science and math. They have to bow down. They have to respect that handle. They have to. You understand? They got to do it. They will do it. Because there's a respect and there's a love element that come with that. You can't beat on women and expect, because they plot. You can't. Can you think that that's how you're going to move? Where you learn that from? Where you learn that from? That should never been us. So while this young man is so amped up, and I guarantee you, when they do the homework on this young person, again, How old they say he is? 20? How old they say it was? 21? 21. With all that aggression he had towards that woman, I guarantee you, he ain't bust a grape in high school. I see it. I see the stance. I seen the aggression. I seen how he was up on her like that. He wasn't up on no men like that. Could tell that. And he went through them walls. Somebody slapped Kool-Aid right on his lips and slapped him on his ass. Straight like that. I know that for a fact. Nigga, you a Morehouse man. Which means you was raised in a different lane up here. You're a Morehouse man. You ain't been bucking up on no niggas in the street. You haven't. But you chose to do it. Okay? Rhonda Grant, much appreciation. Do you understand where I'm going with this? We cannot consistently and continuously be viewed as monsters to our women. Even though many of them want you to be just that. And we're going to get into this. That they want that because that is the default. That is what they recognize. That is what they claim to want. Why? Because the other side has been less than trustworthy. So you got men confused. You have young men confused. It's crazy. Yeah, he going to Fulton County Jail. He going to jail. He going to some jail. He'll get learned up in there. But check it. Now, she did a follow-up video. She in a restaurant eating steaks, celebrating, being thankful, she says, for her life, thankful for her job, thankful she's able to sit around and eat steak, and thankful for the people who have helped and showed her support. She chilling. But his ass got a case and going to jail and getting ready to get kicked out of school and all that. See, the trigger, the decision making is off because you was enraged and you ran with it. And now the unforeseen circumstances, shit. He gonna have to figure his life out. You did too much. You did too much, sir. Little light-skinned boy. No shade on none of y'all, but come on now. Come on. All right? Did too much. Okay. So we did the SNUG workers, all right? We did this little boy who put that death grip chokehold on a little skinny young woman. Okay? Now, let's get into it. Why y'all all here at 12, 24, 25? Damn, we ain't even reach 100 people tonight. Y'all must have already started drinking. Yeah, y'all must have already started drinking. Shit, I still got to get up in the morning. I got another day to go. So I don't know why this shit light. Okay. Shit. Let's go. Because everybody been talking about it. So I'm going to call it the way I always call it, the way I always see it. I'm going to call Cap. And I know y'all not going to agree with me on it, as most of the time y'all don't. But this whole thing with this Plaqueboymax and this model wannabe from America's Next Top, I call cap on this shit. I don't believe it at all. I don't believe that it was happenstance. I don't believe. The whole shit looks scripted to me. It just does. It looks scripted. It looks stupid. And the follow-ups behind it. Come on, y'all. But we're going to get into it because it's very layered. Has a lot of pieces in it. I'm going to try to get through it, but we might be here to 1:30 fucking around, and I got to get up. But let's continue. Yeah, because this shit looks stupid. I'm just being honest. First of all, I don't know the boy. Plaqueboymax. I never heard of him. Because I'm not a streamer. I don't follow these streams. I don't do it. Okay? Never heard of him. There's no work that he's doing that is enhancing our melanated community. So a lot of them do. I told you I miss a lot. I miss people who we are in the same lane. I don't know a lot of these dudes. I'm seeing these dudes pop up left and right on social media. I'm like, who the fuck is he? What community is he in? How committed is he? What up, so? You understand? So when I saw the video, I'm like, cap. Now, what many people don't know, I told you. When we in the can, we watch everything. We in the day room, we watch everything. We in the yard, we watch everything. Shit, we was watching America's Next Top Model. Y'all know we watched that in the can. I told y'all, anything that have to do with women is up on that TV. Women volleyball, women swimming, damn it, rhythmic gymnastics, shit, women basketball, golf, boxing, anything. We watching that. Okay? So America's Next Top Model, we watch. Tyra had them bras and all type of bikinis and type of wild shit we watching. So for maybe the first shit, had to be maybe 6 or 7 seasons, we seen all of them bras. All of them. So I know this broad. I seen this broad here, man. So I'm like, man, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. In this piece here, I got this piece because I did my little homework. So again, I don't know where the hell I get these. I get these extensive pieces that are in an alignment with our class. I try to make sure I look for pieces for notes, okay, that are intelligent. That speaks to us in this setting. We don't do the regular bullshit. So I got this piece here where they talk about who he is, what is he doing, what it is, and of course how we look at things, right? Legal aspects, social aspects. So let's get to it. Street interviews, because that's what they're calling this shit. Street interviews have become a staple of online content creation, with various personalities building substantial followings by approaching strangers and engaging them in conversations ranging from lighthearted banter to more substantive discussions. You understand? They're calling him a content creator in that space because this is what he was doing. However, I guess he's a streamer. Plaqueboymax has carved out his own niche in this space, creating content that resonates with viewers seeking authentic, unscripted moments. The fact that they said this right here in this, makes me believe that this was a scripted moment. I'm telling you, this shit didn't settle, and it's still not settling with me. Not at all. A previous contestant on Next Top Model, what's this child name? Jumped out my head that quick. Kenya Hill asked the streamer who he was. What are you doing here? And to which he says, this is a black-owned business. I'm a black-owned entrepreneur. I do this, that, and the third. It looked weird. To me, it looked weird that the approach as she was moving it didn't look authentic. I'm somebody who's been in the street selling books. I told you I would do a book signing anywhere. The approach for that, and we've watched content be created. We've seen pieces. That whole, and the energy wasn't one of, I don't know who you are. In her tone, it seemed as if they were acting out a script, a scene of sorts. And then, you know, they started to get into the dialogue of it, and it made, you know, a little sense, right? So as he's going through his spiel, she says, okay, great. Yeah, I'm with that, this, that, and the third. How can I support? And he didn't give a conclusive answer other than, here, this is how you could support, right? Which was to give a flyer. He didn't ask her to subscribe. You understand? To his channel here. As if somebody's just going to take, and if they're even doing that these days. Most of the people I see building their little spaces, they got, because my son was doing this shit 10 years ago. What do you call them shits that you scan? It ain't a barcode. What is that shit y'all keep, you know? My son was doing that shit. You scan something to take you to their websites and all that shit. How many of y'all in the building? Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. There you go. Thanks, man. QR code shit. Not giving nobody a whole paper. Right? In the hopes that, because motherfuckers throw shit away. You scan the QR codes, the shit send you, especially if he's streaming and he has the following that he has. That didn't look right. So herself now, she takes out her own device. She knows they're streaming. She takes out her own device. She's, you know, with the selfie thing, which, and then we're going to get into it later. We didn't see that part. We never saw her shit. And I'm going to tell you why I didn't see her shit. So she's doing all this, and in departing, he'll ask the streamer, are you going to give me a little smooch? Now, I ain't heard the word smooch since Seika and Ron Jeremy in some 1983 porn shit. Smooch? Who the hell asks for a smooch? You mean to tell me this melanated model girl is using terminology like Maud and the Golden Girls in the tone? Are you going to give me a smooch while and puckered up her lips? A smooch? This is a 40. This chick is 40. A 40-year-old, while this dude is 22, first of all, he's animated in the space of what he's talking to. He's going through it as if, okay, she want to take the little selfie or the vid or whatever. I'm on her little, she might have been live on IG, all that. He's doing what he does as a 22-year-old. Still, it's a little extra for me. But when she said that, he's like, oh, no, no, no. He tore ass. I'm out of here. Right? The request, which some might consider a friendly gesture, but others could interpret differently depending on context and comfort levels, was declined by Plaqueboymax. His decision to refuse immediately changed the atmosphere of the exchange, which to me, no, really didn't, because when he said no, he spent and peeled. Okay? He peeled off. Like, yo, I'm out. Right? Remember when kid went to see Shanae and he went to see Mom? He's like, I'm out. No, I'm out. He was out. Shorty said, yo, nah, I ain't with that. A smooch? What the hell's a smooch? I'm gone. And then she went into her act like, what? And from that point, we don't see much more right there. However, she gets online. Let's continue. The streamer's rejection of the proposed gesture appears to have struck a nerve with Hill, who responded by indicating she intended to pursue legal action against him. The specific legal grounds for such a lawsuit remain unclear, as declining physical contact typically falls within an individual's personal boundaries and right to bodily autonomy. Now, she didn't specifically say that because he didn't give her some smooches, she was going to sue. No, that's not how it went. What happens is she's saying, which we didn't see, that she asked them not to show their footage. Which, dummy, you walked into a live stream. You knew they were streaming live. He's not there to edit. The world saw it already. So if that truly happened, and that's what you truly said, you don't know too much about social media and streaming, but I know that you do, because I went to your IG page. Okay? Yeah, man. I'm not talking about no shit and I don't go through and see, because I want to see what the hell she been doing since he asking young boys for smooches. Okay? Now, I've seen other people commentary. I've seen vids on this. I've seen them, and I've seen people speak about how she looked, right? And that she ain't the dime and she wasn't attractive. So he damn sure ain't giving her no smooches, because in her response, right? In her response vid, she said, I don't think you deal with black women. You don't dismiss a real woman, a woman of my caliber like that. You don't just turn away and break out. So people start going in, as young folk do, about her looks. Now, whether she is considered a dime, a quarter, whether she's top 10 today, okay, and maybe she's not. Maybe in young men's mind and in their style of what's current now, she could be a deuce. I wouldn't care if she was a deuce or a quarter. In 2025, ain't nobody smooching on nobody. Get your little Coco Uno Nuevo lips up out of here. The hell you think this is? We going into 2026. The fuck out, ain't no strange people kissing on nobody. Which makes me say that this is cap. Because who the hell in 2025 is kissing a young dude? For real, for real. Who's asking? You might have, even if you cloud chasing, you might have said, oh, yeah, okay. Let me have fun with them. Let me go a little live. I've seen it. I've seen some bad bro. I have some models as clients. And they go out and about. I've seen them try to pay these young content creators and skit creators just to get up in there on it. But they're not trying to kiss these young dudes. Nobody trying to put their lips on these young dudes. And these young dudes damn sure ain't putting their lips on you. You got all type of bullshit, monoglycerides running around. The cocoa running around still. Who the hell is getting smooches? Man, you sound like you getting ready to give me a goddamn 2-week stay in the ER with a smooch. Fuck is the matter with you? However, people are still running with because she said sue. Okay? It's not because of the kiss refusal. It's because she says she asked them not to show the footage and they did it anyway. And based on what she's saying, that out of all of the content or footage that he might have had during that day, he only used her, which I don't believe that shit. Not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. I don't believe her. Okay? But since she went there, I had to go to her page. And when I went to her page, guess what I found out? Yeah, man, out of 4,220 posts on IG, she got exactly 3 posts in the last 2.5 to 3 years that got any men in it. And out of the 3, one of the dudes is a cousin of hers that she's supposed to be an agent for to get him into modeling or whatever. The other 2 is Rainbow Skittle. Flame, Rainbow Skittle. Grippers out and all that. In bikini models. So you don't even have men. Period. Anywhere. Family, nothing. Close friends, nothing that you smooching on. Nowhere. Cap. You would at least have party somewhere, you know, with the close friends. With none of that. Everything on that IG. And I seen that. I took the time to see was all about her and her bikinis, her and her modeling, her and her doing everything. Her. She ain't smooch, not near nigga. Nobody. Nowhere. And if I went through that, I'm damn sure any type of lawyer is going to go through it as well. What was your intent when you asked for a damn smooch? Okay, listen, understanding these things, we got to go further. Look, Plaqueboymax operates within the digital ecosystem where boundaries, consent, and appropriate behavior are constantly being negotiated and redefined. Ever since Trump said, grab him by the pull. Yo, consent is everything. We just seen Mario get groped on stage. Right? Women with the wedding band grabbed his whole money. You understand? We see it, that the lines are beginning to get crossed. And again, the men are always subject to the worst of it. Okay? You can't refuse because you're a man type shit. Content creators who conduct street interviews must navigate complex social dynamics while creating entertainment for their audiences, often making split-second decisions about how to handle unexpected situations. Okay? You got to think on your feet. That Smooch could have been anything. Not only could have been deadly, your little deadly smoochy lips could have gave him some shit that sent his damn temperature to 103.1. Smoochy. You understand? Okay? The rise of streaming platforms and short-form video content has democratized media creation, allowing individuals to build audiences without traditional gatekeepers. However, this accessibility also means navigating interactions without the guardrails that might exist in more structured entertainment environments. Basically saying, listen, they out there doing guerrilla work, right? No permits, okay? No release forms, a whole lot of shit that they're doing, and they're building their content off of it. When she says smooch to a 22-year-old, he tore ass. He like, yo, whoa. This could go left. Right? As we seen with Mayor Adams recently in an interview where the interviewer was giving him, eyes. And all he said was, you're very attractive. And immediately, this era of woman, this ideal of woman automatically went into, are you coming on to me? Are you coming at me? As if it wasn't a statement given through nonverbal communication. And when he said, nah, that's the problem. I just made a clear statement. There was something in this space here, and I just acknowledged that. Why is that It's dangerous. It's a dangerous space. It's a very dangerous space. So instead of him, this Plaqueboymax dude, instead of him trying to, cover himself later on, he removed himself. Let me get up out of here. Let me move, okay? And that's what he did. He broke the hell out. Now, legally, she don't have shit. Let's continue. Legal experts typically note that individuals have the right to decline physical contact for any reason. And such refusals generally do not constitute grounds for successful litigation. Okay? Consent works in both directions, meaning just as one person can request a gesture, another person maintains the right to decline without legal repercussion. This incident raises broader questions about expectations in content creation and whether public figures who participate in street interviews have different standards applied to their interactions. Okay? Now, this broad, get her up out of here. Get her up out of here. She sounds to me as if she is doing a little bit more than clout chasing. She's doing a little bit more than clout chasing. And he was correct in getting her up away from him. No doubt about it. But see, the extras is what's causing me to say cap. She did a video, he did a response. If anything happens between now or tomorrow, maybe she'll fall back. She should be somewhere cooking for her damn self. And he should be creating content. If it goes any further than today, y'all will know that they did it for Cat. Because like I said, I ain't seen her since Next Top Model. I don't know who this boy is, yet we're talking about this today, this evening. at 1 in the morning because it lends to the broader conversation of how divisive, right, social media has become for black men and black women, for genders, right, older women. Maybe he saw himself in the same space at that very second, like this young man doing with Mama Jones. Maybe that's what the youngin' seen, and he hightailed it. He's like, nah, I don't want no part of that. And he boogied, especially when she told him who she was. Because in all reality, if she didn't know who he is, why does she feel so comfortable or make that known that I'm America's Next Top Model? Niggas don't even. My daughter just watching that show on reruns. Ain't nobody doesn't know who that Next Top Model. A 22-year-old don't know who you are. Don't know who that show is. Don't know who Tyra is. These young dudes that's creating content and streamers, they don't give a damn about none of that Next Top Model shit. That shit been gone. You ain't bubble off of that. Your ass ain't Takara or Eva. Your ass ain't Bubble. He don't know you. You running around with that like that's a badge. So he hightailed. He was like, nah, she might be trying to Vivica me. She might be trying to Mama Jones me. And he tore ass up out, nah, you ain't getting no smooches. Okay? Yeah. You ain't getting no smooches from me. You ain't putting no smooches on me. He ran. Shit. For all he know, smooches mean grippers. He got the hell out of here. Hell no. You ain't getting my grippers. And he broke out. Pew. Right? He only 22. Again. Which, you know, we have to discuss that. These young dudes. Right? Because people making a big deal about it. Mama Jones is just the current. Okay? She's current. So is the other chick, Drea. They current. You understand? They in full blast right now. Dudes is looking like that, like, yo, hold on. Mama Jones is getting that little thing tossed up by the youngin'. Uh-huh. Right? Look, what's her name? Pippin, ex-wife. Messing with them youngins, okay? Uh-huh. This is consistently going on now, and what they're attempting to do is demonize these women for it. And looking at the young men, and I'm telling you, listen, I've been through it. Many people been through it as far as men who handle themselves a certain way, have a certain intelligence and maturity about them. I was 18, 19, dealing with a 40-year-old. I was in the service. I'm in the army. I'm thinking I'm grown. I'm doing my numbers. Okay? We have to look at it now in a different way. We have to see, as I spoke with a comrade earlier, if these women are actually safe spaces for these young men. Because the women of their age and older, to a degree, want these little dudes to be out there doing stupid shit. They overexcited by what they think drill shit is, and gang life and criminality, where they even force it. And they like, oh, you's a bird. You ain't in the street. You not getting to it. You not active. So, oh, young man is like, no, what the fuck you trying to send me to jail or to the graveyard? I need, where can I land and get nurtured and get safe and be raised up? And it might be next to an old box. It just might be. Okay? Now don't get upset because you wouldn't participate in it. Okay? You wouldn't. I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't deal with no 19, 20, not none of that. Man, listen, 35 is a little young. I'm like, come on, man. No. I don't have a conversation for that. I can't dumb down. Not saying that they all dumb, but they don't have that experience. I can't. No, I don't. We not doing that. We not doing that. So I might not do it. You might not do it. But if these women are doing it and these men are in that space and they feeling good and they're being taught, they're being loved on, that's their business. That's on them. It looks weird. It look weird because it's Guillermo's mama. Yeah, of course. But he ain't got control. He can't control his mama box, right? It just unnerves people because when they see a woman of a certain age and maturity, they expect her to be a pussy hoarder. You understand? And for me, it's nothing worse than that. And y'all never heard that terminology before? I always throw something new at y'all all the time. Because that's what they are. They're hoarding the pussy. You know what a hoarder is, right? So you got pussy hoarders. Women who believe that they're in a new space because they're hoarding the box. Like, ain't nobody getting. I've been doing this for 7, 8 years. So what? That shit doesn't make it any grander. You're doing that for you, and that's cool. That's fine. But they begin to hold judgment over others. And look and point fingers over. Get your pussy hoarding ass out of here. Because it doesn't mean that it won't get stale. It's just like a loaf of bread. You think you can make bread and put it on the shelf, and because it's wrapped up, the shit not going to get spoiled. It's not going to mold. It's going to get spoiled and moldy, just like everything else. You can't just keep it wrapped and you think, well, what do you think? That shit, it's going to get stale. Just like anything else. But up here, you think it's grand because, again, women aren't loaves of bread. You understand? You with that hoarding comes a mentality. The same mentality some had back when they were young and untouched. You understand? Right? So you reverse. It's a reverse Peter Pan syndrome that the men go through where they, start sagging and banging and doing stupid shit in their 50s. It's like a woman who grows and says, oh, I done did this. I've been doing that. This is getting locked down. Okay, lock it down. Who give a fuck? You just, it's a mentality that come with that. And when you look at hoarders and you go and, of course, y'all always go and research everything I say. Look at hoarders and see the mentality that's associated with somebody that's hoarding, that's just locking and keeping and snatching, and everything is right here. I got total control. It's right here. Don't touch it. Nothing. Be around it and see if that's the same character traits when you run up into these women who move like that. Pussy hoarders. Ain't nothing cute about it. You understand? So women feel the ways when they see other women in their age group not moving like that. That are not just going to settle for the old dad number hole, a brown shoe wearing old drunk ass Ed. That, they comfortable enough to go and talk to a youngin'. It is what it is, man. My thing is, shit ain't got nothing to do with liberation. It just don't. It don't have nothing to do with us, nothing to do with liberation. It just don't. You dig? So, again, the questions, the levels, the layers that we speak about on class time and in class is vast. Ain't nobody mess with us. We do what we do. It's 1 a.m. I'm glad y'all came to class tonight. I damn sure wasn't going to do it, but man, y'all always pump me up and give me energy, and I say, fuck sleep. I don't need no goddamn sleep. You understand? That's the type of energy that y'all give me. I don't need no goddamn sleep. Should I find a way to get a nap or something tomorrow? And if I don't get a nap, fuck it. You dig? Because I love my people. We got to educate. We got to grow. We got to shift the thinking. We have to guard our minds. Okay? We at a new level in this game of oppressed versus oppressors. You dig? What happened to Mama Jones? Mama Jones got something young and tender. Bernie, come on now. She got a young and tender. She ain't a pussy hoarder. She like, I got to get my earth watered. You dig? And people upset. I think, what is this, a second or third youngin'? Shwee! Watch it now. God damn it, watch it. But again, we'll discuss these things later in a higher context and, see how it applies to us as a group moving towards liberation, But there's definitely some tweaking that has to go on so we can be more important to each other. Okay? Guard your minds. Make sure you come back to class with all 10 fingers and 10 toes. Yes. Be safe out there. My paperwork is always good. Peace to God, Ja, Strong Island. Okay? Paperwork is always good. We not ratting over here. We building militants and remaining in militancy. You did, classroom assistants. Much appreciation for holding it down. To all those who funded the war effort, salute, much appreciation. You dig? If you got anything that you're working on, put it in the comments. God damn it, all the links. Build your brands up. Build your candle company up. Bring your damn flower cup. Whatever you are utilizing to provide resource for you, build it here. We small, but damn it, shit, every sale count. Okay? Yeah, that's what we gonna do. All right? Yes. All right. Holla at y'all. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? God damn it, I holla at y'all Wednesday. Y'all don't let me rest. Shit. So we holla at y'all later on, okay? And 55, gang. Get y'all grades up.